Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Women in Security NavigateHER Coffee Chat series. I'm Beth Anderson, and alongside me is my co-chair, Emma Barkley. We're thrilled you've joined us today for a relaxed, candid conversation about building successful careers in security. Our goal is to connect you with inspiring stories, practical insights, and real-world advice from leading women in the field. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive in.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emma Barkley, and I am joined with Erin James today for a Women in Engineering coffee chat with NavigateHER and Women in Security Forum. So Erin James is with Jacobs, and she's going to give us a little insights into her career and some of the volunteer aspects she's had, as well as some advice that she has had over her career as well. So Erin, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity, and it's great to speak with you today. So my name is Erin James, and I'm sitting right now in Denver, Colorado. I have 14 years experience as a civil engineer turned global sustainability director. So I currently sit on our global sustainability team, integrating sustainability into our culture and our business processes and our tools. But yeah, had a long, interesting, and amazing journey so far, spanning across civil engineering and project management, and yeah, a lot of other twists and turns along the way. So it's really nice to be here.
No, absolutely. So you just kind of gave light to a little bit of your career path. Can you expand upon that, how engineering has really led to other paths and how they've all kind of connected?
Yeah, so I got into civil engineering because I really liked kind of solving really hard problems, connecting with nature, and most importantly, connecting with communities. So I think you'll see through this, my career journey, that's been a common thread. And so far, even though the experiences I've had have been vastly different, they all are connected with that common thread. So I started in civil engineering, working on ports and maritime design, moving into highways and roadways, and getting to work on some amazing projects in national parks and some of the U.S.'s federal lands, really helping communities from all backgrounds access America's treasures. So that was really inspiring to me, and then moved into project management of those projects, forming those client relationships, and really listening to the communities of my projects, making sure that whatever we were designing and building was really accepted by the community. And then on the side, I had some personal / professional experiences that luckily my company was very supportive of. Number one, our women's network. So from a really early age, after graduating from college, I was tapped from a colleague to help lead the Philadelphia chapter of our women's network. And at the time, I had no idea what I was doing, but just started meeting people locally, helping women develop skills and getting professionals in and experts and creating mentoring circles. And that actually led, when I transferred to Denver in 2014, I already had a great network of people through that women's network that I knew just from collaborating across states. So that was something that I was extremely passionate about and continued on and went on to lead the Global Women's Network Steering Committee for the company, all kind of on the side of my day job of being an engineer and project manager. But really, it opened the door to tons of connections, helping me understand the broader company strategy, helping me, meet a lot of people who I wouldn't have met in my regular job. And then with that, it actually led, when I moved to Denver, I was presented with an opportunity through CH2M, which was the company that went on to get acquired by Jacobs, but presented with the opportunity to join Bridges Prosperity, which is now called FICA, to build a bridge with other colleagues alongside a community that gets cut off from essential access to healthcare and education and markets when rivers flood. So I went to Rwanda as a 24-year-old and was able to experience how something simple as a footbridge can really open the door to tons of opportunities and generational transformation for our community. So I was hooked with that as well, along the side of everything I was doing in my day job. And kind of this thread. So as Jacobs acquired CH2M in 2018, through the Women's Network, I had an opportunity to go to London with the Global Steering Committee for a regular planning meeting. And at that time, I was able to actually meet with the head of sustainability and try to pitch that Jacobs reinstates a partnership with FICA as one of their core strategic partnerships and volunteering experiences. And alongside that pitch, I also said, well, if you have any needs in the future, just let me know. I'd love to get involved with sustainability. And I had no idea really what I was saying at the time, other than it felt natural to say it. And 2 years later, I got a call saying, hey, Erin, we've got a spot on our team. We really want you to apply for a job on our global sustainability team. So yeah, you never know kind of who's listening or what opportunities will present themselves. But I was able to move into our global sustainability team, and through that, working on digital products and AI. But all of this is really meant to uplift communities, to solve hard problems. And really, I've been able to incorporate all of my personal and professional goals kind of into this story that I'm still building as we speak.
No, that's amazing. So I really love all the aspects of your story, especially the national parks and the stuff that you had beforehand, the passions that you had that you were able to bring into your career, but also that volunteerism and really focusing on making that a part of your day-to-day and your job, I think is very critical, because this is a place where we spend the majority of our time doing, right? A weekend is only 48 hours, right? So truthfully, if you really look at the time that we have spent. So you said that you helped found the partnership with Bridges to Prosperity, now known as the Swahili word FICA. And I know you mentioned how you initially got involved and how much that impacted your life. From an engineering perspective to your engineering firm, it took a good bit of helping them understand what they were going to bring and getting involved in the organization. But I think it directly intertwines engineering as well as volunteerism. So do you want to talk about how you guys really got involved in that organization?
Absolutely. So Jacobs has sustainability integrated into everything we do. And our values are really to help improve and uplift communities all around the world in a sustainable way, where we're making sure that our footprint is not too big, and we're really helping leave the world better than we found it. So this organization specifically really caught my attention, and I was able to gain traction at Jacobs to adopt it. Because of its ability to continuously learn and upskill and empower people to take on more. So honestly, the next iteration of this partnership is going to look even more different, but it's a step on the maturation of our partnership and this organization's journey to help people be able to take these projects on their own, and to work ourselves out of a job. So this is something that even you could say on our global sustainability team, I mean, in the future, if we work ourselves out of a job, or if in the future the Women's Network doesn't exist, you might be able to argue that that's a great thing, because we've achieved equity, or everybody has this ingrained into them, and they make good sustainable choices, or you don't need an organization to send 10 people from Western sort of countries to go into Africa and build a bridge. Like the people in Africa can build their own bridges. So these are things that are really inspiring, and it definitely aligns with Jacob's values and my own values. And I think these experiences really offer a ton of benefits. So for Jacobs, it's aligned to our core purpose. And it helps us really walk the talk when it comes to developing sustainable infrastructure and uplifting communities. But then our employees also get a lot out of it. They get to meet people all over the world. They get to learn skills they might have never had a chance to learn in their day jobs, like a lot of field experience and putting our health and safety culture to test in a good way. And then, of course, the community themselves. I mean, a bridge or other essential infrastructure. I mean, we take it for granted, but really, like, this could be a life or death situation. It could be the difference between a girl getting to go to school or not. And think about the generational implications and impacts of those choices, and just by a simple piece of infrastructure. So all of this has kind of well-rounded benefits that once we've painted that picture, and FICA has been amazing with impact reporting and really showcasing the how many lives have been affected and transformed through their work. That really helped resonate and got this across the line at Jacobs. And I know there's plenty of other companies as well that partner with FICA. So it's been amazing to see the journey over the past decade plus.
No, you made a lot of great comments in there. What I loved is we're giving them the power to be able to take this on themselves and really work ourselves out of this volunteer activity, right?
Yeah.
And I think the same thing could be said for leadership, right? When you're leading a team of people, you want to build up your team so that they have the skills that they're going to exceed and they're going to move beyond you, right? And so I think there's multiple lessons in there, not just that volunteerism and the job activities, but really also the leadership aspect of this volunteer act as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you also mentioned the Women's Network within Jacobs. So you have been very pivotal in helping various branches, but also from a global perspective. So why do you think these networks are so critical to organizations?
So I think these networks are essential to an organization because they provide a lot of opportunities for employees that they might not get normally in their day job. And they also foster connections with others at the company. So they know that they're not alone and that there are other career paths out there, even at the same company. And there's mentors to be had across the networks. So really helping you see a place for you at the company and an easy track to, not an easy track, but a track to get there and to see yourself as a leader in that company. So like personally, I've been able to get mentorship out of it. It's helped a lot with my career mobility. So opening the door, as I mentioned in my introduction, to new opportunities and to kind of be at the right place at the right time. But in order to be at the right place, you have to say yes. And some of these networks existed in the first place to help kind of get those opportunities on the table in the first place. And also it helps you expose you to different topics, some of those soft skills too, that really are differentiators when it comes to growing in your career and taking on more leadership responsibilities. Personally, it was great for me to be sitting at the table talking about how we could shape our policies to be more inclusive. And my voice at the time as more of a mid-level engineer was equally weighed to a senior leadership member who was also talking about this from their vantage point. But our thoughts were equally validated. And it was really cool to just be in to have these networks where there's people from all different backgrounds, all different skill sets, all different leadership levels, but you're all talking about the same goals and the same ambitions that really help progress people at the company, no matter kind of where you came from.
Yeah, they progress career paths, they progress, personal growth, right? And having that sense of belonging, it also exposes you to other components of your company as well. So there's a lot of enhancements that these networks definitely give you.
Absolutely.
You have helped implement some AI tools. Some people see AI as a job taker and not a job enhancer. But I do believe that at the end of the day, it really is a job enhancer. So, can you expand on how these AI tools are really those job enhancers and not the job takers?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the sooner you get involved and start tinkering around with AI, the more safe you might be from a from a job protection and a job security standpoint. I really do think that leveraging these tools and leveraging AI in the right way can free up a lot of time where we can get back to focusing on people. So one thing is certain that AI cannot replace human relationships, human to human relationships. So if we use AI to take up some of these tedious tasks or to automate things that are more mundane, it really gives us more space and freedom to act strategically and connect with people and listen and understand challenges and problems. So one of the tools that I've helped implement over the past couple of years, it's called Evolve at Jacobs, and it's an AI sustainability tool that recommends how you can incorporate sustainability in your projects. And honestly, through this automation of learning what's been done in the past, giving these little nudges to our sales and project managers, really opens the door to more conversations. It connects them to experts. It connects them to clients and gives them the confidence to better speak with our clients about these topics, and really helps and make sure that the solutions that Jacobs are delivering are leaving a positive environmental and social impact, and also really helping us, be more efficient internally in the way we act and operate. So I definitely see the human to human relationships being a really key area that is core to focus on in this transition period, and to fully embrace AI as much as you can. Because I think the people that maybe don't jump in might be left behind, not as a threat, but I think that really, if you focus on those meaningful relationships, I think we can go even further than we ever have before.
Yeah, no, I think you and I were discussing before we started recording that there's always been changes to the workforce, right? There's been the Industrial Revolution. There's been the era of logistics and online purchasing and other things of that sorts, and all these different ways that we've had to pivot and really think of how we look at jobs and what are the jobs. And so I do think you have a great point is starting to adopt these things and bring them into your day to day. That's what's going to help you succeed. And that's what's going to help you to continue to grow in this new age of whatever this looks like, because I think we're still all trying to figure it out. Right.
Yeah,
So.
definitely.
So one last question for you. What advice would you give to young women who are entering their own careers?
Yeah, I think to the extent possible, say yes. You never know, even if you start down a path and you don't like it, at least you know you don't like it, which is valuable in itself. So I am a firm believer in kind of embracing the unknown. I had a colleague in Philadelphia when I was an intern at CH2M who just had me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, do you want to lead the Philadelphia Women's Network with me?" And I was like, I don't know anything about that. Am I qualified to do that? And she said, "Sure. We just have to organize events and connect people." I was like, "Okay." And it really is one of the most sort of pivotal decisions that led to my career journey so far. So you never know really who's listening. You never know who's in the room. You never know what doors it could open. So definitely, I would recommend saying yes as much as you can earlier in your career. Secondly, is another tip to young women. This is based on my own experience, but I think you need to make your ambitions known. So if there's something you're interested in or something you want to do, you need to be vocal about it and tell as many people, I mean, hopefully the right people or people who have decision-making authority. Because unfortunately, I think a lot of us, and I'm very guilty of this, think that someone might discover you, or you put your head down, you're humble, you just go about your job, and someone will, out of the woodwork, take time out of their day to say, oh, you know who's really good and efficient? It's Erin. They're not going to do that. Everyone's really busy. Everyone has a lot of things on their mind. So I would say to young women, just make sure people know what you want to do, because even if they don't have something for you immediately, or even in the next few months, they will be thinking about you in the background. And when an opportunity does come up, you'll be on their list of people to call. This was something I tried to pitch the Bridges to Prosperity FICA partnership in 2019 to our head of sustainability at the time. And it was not until 2 years later that she called me and said, hey, we've got a spot on our team. Do you want to apply? So really make sure that you just are telling people what you want or what you're interested in, because that's the way that doors will open for you.
No, that's a great piece of advice. And I think that resonates to a lot of women who sit back and they're like, oh, he's got to see that I'm ambitious and that I want to do X, Y, and Z, or, or he or she, right? And I think we as women sometimes are too scared to vocalize our ambitions because we don't want to come off as too pushy or other things to that sorts. But I think that's a place where we can start to excel is vocalizing where we want to go and the visions that we have for our future, as well as where we're working. So, well, Erin, this has been a great chat. I truly appreciate you giving up time out of your day. So join us next time for another Women in Engineering chat, and we will see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us today. I'm Emma Barkley, and this has been a NavigateHER Coffee Chat with my co-chair, Beth Anderson. We hope you found today's conversation inspiring and useful as you navigate your own path in security. Don't forget to subscribe or follow us for upcoming sessions, and feel free to reach out with feedback or topics you'd like to explore next. Until next time, keep learning, keep connecting, and keep leading.